Honey, do you really think this is necessary?
Think what's necessary?
For you to drag me out of the house to come talk about our feelings with this random guy? You know I don't do well in these settings. Can't we just figure this out back at home?
Get out of the car, you pansy.
Welcome. My name is Dr. Axworthy, but feel free to call me John. I am glad you guys could make it this afternoon.
Thanks for being able to schedule us so quickly. We have important matters to discuss.
Of course. Before we start, I would just like to mention that in couples therapy, everything we discuss is completely confidential. So feel free to break loose and to not be afraid to say what's on your mind. I believe total transparency is key to a successful client-therapist relationship.
Oh, excellent.
Good grief.
Let's get right to it then.
The three sit down and begin the session. They begin lightheartedly discussing common misfortunes in their relationship. Macbeth is still eager to leave. Lady Macbeth is eager to discover what has been causing Macbeth such discomfort. She believes something seriously sinister occurred to Macbeth the previous week and is bent on discovering its implications.
What do you mean nothing happened? I swear these past couple of days you've been acting real strange.
What do you mean, honey? I swear everything is fine. Me and Banquo just barely escaped death from 2 invading armies. Packed up and I came home. I'm probably just a little stressed from all this fighting.
Oh, shut up. You know as well as I how much you love the edge of your sword.
Okay, let's bring this conversation back a little. Macbeth, are you certain nothing has been troubling you recently? It seems your wife is convinced.
Very well. That night, as Banquo and I were crossing a moor to begin our venture back home, 3 witches burgeoned out of the ground and prophesied that I, Macbeth, will become Thane of Cawdor and one day King of Scotland.
King Duncan already named you Thane of Cawdor.
Yes, he did.
Then the rest of the prophecy must be true. You are destined to become King of Scotland. We must act, now, to make you king.
My lady, please relax. I refuse to believe in the prognostication of some muggly old enchanter. I don't pride myself in adhering to everything some wizened hag has to say about my future. If I went around choosing my path based on the thoughts of some wrinkled toad, do you think I would make it very far?
Macbeth, please try to refrain from language of that nature in my office.
Sorry, Doctor, but my lady, do you understand?
Do you understand? If I'm not mistaken, my husband is primed to be king. I refuse to wait for some fool to disrupt our prophecy. To be named Thane of Cawdor is a sign. The rest of the prophecy must be true.
I don't know, my love.
Ugh, don't give me that shit, you old coward. You never man up and take what's yours.
Lady Macbeth, please. That degrading language will never help you in convincing Macbeth to listen to you. You must compound upon your relationship with honesty and integrity, voicing your opinions with care and kindness. Now let's try that again. Lady Macbeth, what do you think Macbeth should do?
Kill him.
Pardon?
Macbeth must kill faithful King Duncan to fulfill the prophecy.
You can't be serious. Have you gone mad?
Macbeth, tomorrow you will ride to Castle Iverness, the home of King Duncan, and slay him. You will pierce your blade through his heart, and when you stand, you will stand as king, King of Scotland, and I will be queen. Oh yes, doesn't that sound wonderful?
My lady, I can't. I refuse to commit such a vicious deed when I am not certain if the witch's prophecy is true.
Hear me, Macbeth. You will become king, and I will become queen. If you refuse, I will leave you.
Macbeth, you must help convince Lady Macbeth that this is not the moral thing to do. You must expel these feelings of slaughter and seek to not harm those who may lie in your path. Finding a way to achieve success without violence is equally as valiant as doing so through force.
Am I, Macbeth, worthy of this sacred prophecy? Suppose from the clutches of 3 foul witches, am I foolish enough to believe in false prophets? Or am I such a fool to not capture what is mine? This vaulting ambition, something inside of me I cannot explain. Is it my destiny to overthrow Duncan? Is bloodshed reputable? Shall I reminisce of days in battle where I slaughter men for my country? As for now, what's the difference? Am I not righteous enough to slaughter man for my own sake? I ask thy God. Now, as I speak, the light shines down upon the countenance of thousands of women and children, unborn prophets seeking passage. Do I show pity for men lacking zeal? Is it within me to exemplify brutal and unequivocal force? Only I shall know. For I, brave Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor, will become King of Scotland. and I will ride to the castle of Inverness with malice and pierce the core of Duncan's soul, as I am the only man fit enough to wear the crown. As Duncan falls into the clutches of death's mighty grip, I will rise as king. And may God be my witness, this day forward, anyone who dares stand in my path may join Duncan in his sweet demise.
As a therapist, I am obligated to report any threatening behavior, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, as this conversation has taken a dreadful turn.
May this be the first of many, for my rise to kingship hath begun.
Now you shall die! Ah!
With the death of Dr. Axworthy, Macbeth's bloody rise to power has begun. Only time can tell how many souls will lie in his wake.